Welcome to this brand new case in which today we're out in the field at Ferrari Land to see what this park is like without Red Force, their standout attraction. So grab your magnifying glass and join us as we investigate. So this is not the way I ever thought this case would begin. Unfortunately. So you've already seen the thumbnail, you have seen the title, you're going to be fully aware at this point in watching this case that we are in Ferrari Land without Red Force, which is somewhere behind me and you can't see because it's dark. Imagine that, a night ride on Red Force. However, we were here yesterday, so 2 cases ago. You will have seen, if you've seen that. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Spoiler alert though, at the end we say, we tried to go to Ferrari Land and Red Force was down, so we thought we'll try again tomorrow. So today, we were like, maybe it's going to be up and running, and this morning I saw someone I know had a vlog from here earlier in the week, and it was closed then, and I thought, that doesn't feel like a technical stop, it doesn't feel like we're having maintenance issues. That sounds to me like it's down, and seeing as the park is closed after this weekend, I think it's just done. I don't think it's going to be opening again for the rest of this week, i.e. for the end of the season, which is such a shame. And Detective Whitmore's here. She's done it previously, and she has... she's coming in. She said before that obviously Red Force is the reason why people come to Ferrari Land. The reason we're here now still is because we'd already bought tickets. We thought we'll come in, we'll see what else is here, and just have a look around and get some Italian dinner. But essentially, it's such a small park, and it could just be an extra area in Portaventura.
It doesn't need to be a second gate. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a second gate.
Which is a shame. And realistically, it feels like it's a second park because it's basically just like the park. This park feels like an upcharge.
It's an advert.
Yeah, it's an advert for Ferrari, and it's just an upcharge for Red Force, which is what everyone's going to do. And whilst you're here, you might as well do other bits. And obviously, if you're in here, you're going to spend more money on other bits. And which is a shame. Obviously, these things happen. We understand that rides can be closed and stuff. But the frustration is that it's not saying it's closed. It's saying that it's a technical stop, which is their way of saying it's down for maintenance. Like, for example, yesterday, Shambhala all day said technical stop, but we think, well, that's another issue, to be fair. That was more of a... It did open, and it still said technical stop on the app and on the signs, but we could see people were on it, so we were like, it's obviously open, and we, managed to ride it.
I just think if it's closed long term, which obviously, I don't know if it operated in between that video you spoke of and yesterday and today, if it's operated in between, then I don't know. But the fact that it's long term and they're saying on the front gate as you walk in, it might be affected due to maintenance.
Yes, the sign literally says it could be affected,
like it's off,
but it
night.
is. It's
off.
Not open. It's not a
and
might.
The app says technical stop. It doesn't say down for maintenance. It just says technical stop, which makes people think, it'll come on. So they're still coming in.
Yeah, there is with that sign as well. It does say speak to a member of staff if you want to change your day, which obviously you would do if you could. This is our last day here in Salou, so this was the only time we were going to come in. Portaventura is already closed now. We changed plans last night so we could do the Halloween parade and a dragonfly apparently somewhere. And then tonight we've done various dusk rides on Shambhala, which was lovely. Again, previous case, you can go see that. This is Ferrari Land. No Red Force, but we're going to see what else is on offer. Because, boy, we've got to do something. We're in now.
Pizza. There's pizza on offer.
And pizza. Hopefully the pizza's banging. Hey, look, there's a coaster open. Oh, my days. Junior Red Force was surprisingly whippy. And because we're clearly too big for these seats, and because it's a bags-on ride, my legs hurt on that. And on those banks... was a bit much. I felt like I could have fallen out, and I didn't, thankfully. But again, with it being so quiet on this trip here at Portaventura / Ferrari Land, they did let people stay on and just go again and again and again, which makes sense. Really believe this is open, and this was a lot better than I expected, but I'd rather be riding the beast up there. I mean, this is literally situated just underneath the top hat, right between the sort of incline and decline of that top hat. What a great spot. It's like, hey, here's the little one because, you know, big boys above, but We ain't getting on that, are we? We have just done... Oh, he's banged his head on the building. We've just done Flying Dreams and Racing Legends. Basically, the first one, Flying Dreams, is a flying theatre. The second one is similar in that it's a massive dome projector screen thing, and you're in a little vehicle which moves around a bit. Both had, a bit. Both had multiple pre-shows. Both share the same first pre-show. So when we did the second ride, I sort of hit into the group, just walked straight through. I was like, I'm not doing this again. What a waste of time. And that's the theme of it. What a waste of time on both of those. I understand that this park is very much a, hey, Ferrari. And obviously the pull is Red Force. And we, as we've said, we're trying other things because we've already paid to be here, etc., etc. But my God, that was the biggest waste of time I think I've ever done in a park.
They're bad, right?
So bad.
They're really bad. So I had done the Flying Theatre before and had to wait a lot longer, and it's bad. But last time there was like loads of smells. This time there was none.
Nothing. The show itself, what's the point? We're just watching a Ferrari drive around. And I don't even think the Ferrari is real. I'm pretty sure it's CGI. I think everything's CGI'd.
It's badly like animated. Like,
all of it's animated, right? Yeah, the quality was bad. I mean, what about the projection in that second ride?
Oh.
We had 3D glasses on.
Work.
It wasn't 3D. It was blurry.
It was like just blur.
It barely moved. The seats aren't well designed in what you're sitting in that there was a dad with his kids in the front. The kids were smaller than the seats. His head was just in my shot. So the focal point of looking at the other cars, like on the road, I couldn't see anything. It was just completely pointless.
There was a nice smell in that one though at some point.
It's just such a waste of time. And like, it's quiet here. It is very quiet. It's now raining, so it's going to get even quieter. But being so quiet, it doesn't need that many pre-shows. I understand that a pre-show it's a way of, oh, they're in the queue, but we're going to keep you entertained. I get that. But when it's so quiet, I just want to go straight on it. There's no need to wait. And I honestly don't think there's any more than 100 people in that building at any one point. Whereas normally, I reckon the big room where both cattle pens are for 2 rides, I reckon that would hold at least 1,000 people. Mm. It's massive. There is so much cattle pen. And even just queuing up, we had to walk through all the cattle pen because there's no shortcut through it. It's all metal fence, no little gates to walk through. I am so frustrated.
Yeah, I think everything's shutting down.
And the food's shutting down. This has been a disaster. I understand about Red Force, and that's completely understandable. It's just pure bad luck. But then to have the rest of the park that doesn't have good enough supporting rides is ridiculous.
Told you, it should not be a second gate. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't be.
And if you're going to put your name on something Ferrari, please make sure it's good.
This is ridiculous, honestly.
Pants.
The thing is, I'm thinking of the park over in the Middle East. There's loads more coasters there, good coasters and good supporting rides. This doesn't have that.
Yeah,
this is not at the same level. I'm a very positive person and I'm very disappointed in this.
Very unlike you to be negative. But
yes.
You literally, we finished that simulator one. Was that lightning?
I don't know.
And you were like, and the woman next to you was like concerned for you. I think she thought you had like motion sickness or something. But you were just like, that was bad.
Like the kid on Shambhala earlier, I might as well just thrown up and force myself off it, honestly.
Yeah, not good.
Not good at all.
And it's wet and cold now.
Yes.
And I don't have a jacket, neither do you.
No, this is getting bad to worse. So we decided to shelter from the rain because the rain was very heavy. There she is. Oh, where are you?
Cold.
You're hiding. Yeah, it was very rainy, very wet and rainy. So we went into a restaurant, had a delicious pizza and chips. The chips were like thin version of like chippy chips. Very like brown and like greasy, but I was totally into that.
They refried them.
Yeah, basically. And they came out as like a starter and we were like, yeah, that's fine, we'll take that because we were so hungry. I demolished my pizza. You had a vegan bolognese. That was good, right?
Good.
And I can't see anyone else out here now. We do want to try the drop and shot tower here. Thrill Towers.
It says on the app they're open,
It's-
but they don't.
Everything else, yeah, it says that everything's open still, except Red Force, obviously. So, let's go look and see if they're open, yes? The rides are open, and as much as it's been disappointing with those 2 stupid simulator rides, those drop towers we just did were very good. The staff are still here. They've been very lovely and polite and understanding that,
It's just us here.
yeah, you paid to be here, you can ride the rides. I felt bad, but then again, they can't go home until they close, right? it is lightly raining. I mean, we've had this at UK parks many times, but it feels like, I mean, a Zen ride is when it's just you riding it. That was a Zen ride. I feel like this is a Zen park. We've not seen anyone else yet. It's just staff. We're going to go do the car ride, which is basically, what is it, Autopia at like the Disney parks? Like a little...
drive your own with a metal
yeah.
to keep you right.
There's like 5 members of staff waiting. We're going to go around and go, hi, let's do this.
I wonder if this
And then we'll go. Also, yeah, because it's so wet now, and it was before, the all the seats were obviously very wet when we went on those towers.
When I put the restraint down and all the water just came off into my lap.
Yeah, so there's a shot and a drop tower. We did both in succession. Didn't have to queue again, obviously, because it's just us. And yeah, my boxers are wet. It's gone right through. So hopefully my jeans will dry soon, but I'm sure I can wear shorts tomorrow. Anyway, let's go do some car bits.
Bro.
One thing we've learned being at Portaventura is that they'll put 10 minutes even when it's a walk-on. All of these things are walk-on. I don't know why it says 10 minutes. Pardon?
They still use 0 as well, but then they always just put stuff to 10 minutes, but it's just as walk-on as 0 would be.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Sorry.
It's alright, it's weird. No, good point, yeah. Just, look, as we said, there's no one else around. It is absolutely dead.
Oh, these are
but there's still a 10-minute wait.
Because you have to walk through 10 pre-shows.
Yeah, screw that. But we're going to do the grand race at the bottom. That's not 10 minutes, we're going to walk straight on it. Watch.
There's no one else on it.
There it is. Let's walk through. Oh, that side. I think that's photos, isn't it? But this is where we're going. Look at this, empty. We're going to walk all the way down here now. We just ended our night on Maranello Grand Race, and I won. I'm waiting for Detective Whitmore to kick back.
So, I was way ahead the whole time. Stopped to let him catch up.
My vehicle
Still
was...
ahead.
It was slower, wasn't it? Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Still ahead. And then I stopped again. Let him catch up. Then I carried on. Still ahead. Got to the very end where the track does that thing to slow you down. And I stopped just before because I hit it. And the finish line was just after that for some reason. And my vehicle stopped working.
Genuinely.
And then he goes, I won.
The fable of the tortoise and the hare springs to mind.
But I could have finished 3 minutes before, but I kept waiting for you.
But so I won. I did technically
My car
win.
was that done with waiting for you that it just broke.
But I won.
Yeah, sure, he would.
Yeah, I won. Right, Ferrari Land without Red Force. It's closed for whatever technical reason it is, and I understand those reasons. If it wasn't for those three final rides at the end there, I would have been a lot more annoyed like I was before. I feel better now because I've eaten and I had a really good meal, and I've enjoyed my time here with Detective Whitmore on those final 3 rides in the rain, just ourselves. There's a few people who just left. I think literally about 20 customers in the park.
Yeah,
I think a lot of them were eating when we were riding actually, because we didn't see anyone when we were riding. So yeah, it definitely needs Red Force, doesn't it? Of course it does. It needs Red Force because that is why people come in here. Yeah. Thankfully, there are some supporting rides which are okay, but realistically, would I have waited a long time for the 3 we've just done? Probably not. The towers were good. There's a shot and a drop, but I don't know if you can pick which one you go on, and I don't know if you need to... I assume you need to go back round and queue for each of them, right?
I queued separately different sides when I was here last time.
Yeah, so we walked through once with no queue and got on them both consecutively. That's just because it was dead. You wouldn't normally do that. You'd have to go back round and do the other one. So with there being such little capacity ride-wise, similar with obviously Red Force, that's going to be... I imagine that's one train, right, at a time. Anyway, it's going to have low capacity because it's you know, it's a massive launch coaster. Of course it's going to have low capacity. Yeah, this is difficult. Basically, everything we've already said is still relevant. The 2 simulator rides were awful and not worth our time. Not having Red Force is a massive, massive disappointment, and it should just be an extra land of Portaventura and not an upcharge park to go ride Red Force. And that's a short, sweet, and I'm going to keep it, yeah. You said that before we got here, and you're absolutely right, and the lack of Red Force has just emphasised that completely.
Here, like, as a separate park, it doesn't.
But what's really annoying is we will come back, because I want to ride Red Force. It's Europe's tallest and fastest coaster. Of course I want to ride it. So frustratingly, we will be back at some point.
in there. But that'll just be because we've got it included with that.
Yeah, only because we got it included. I mean, as you've seen, if you've seen the previous cases, we love Portaventura. So I do want to come back anyway. And if this is included, then yeah, we'll come back and we'll do Red Force. But if this was a standalone park, no. Otherwise, it has been one of the worst parks I've done, unfortunately.
It's so bad.
It's just...
You can't even call it a park.
I was literally about to say you can't call it a park. It's just...
It is an upcharge.
It's a coaster, isn't it? It's a coaster with some extra bits to fill the gaps.
It's an upcharge Italian experience for
Yeah.
Ferrari fans. I'm sure if you're a big Ferrari fan, it's great because they've got the merch. And if you've never done a simulator or a flying theatre, you probably might think that's fun. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're not good enough at all.
But they're not good.
If you are a Ferrari fan, let me know if your opinions are different. Is it worth coming as a Ferrari fan? I mean, I think of the franchises I love and they don't have theme parks, so it's not something I can really compare, but I want to keep an open mind on it. But from our experience, it wasn't good enough. I'm glad it was included. I'm glad we came to experience it because I'll give anything a go. And as I said, we will come back for Red Force, but we could have skipped tonight and in hindsight, and I wouldn't have minded. But I'm glad we got to do what we did because the last 3 rides, as I said, were very fun in the rain doing our own thing.
Yeah, it's just that.
Yeah, so that's Ferrari Land without Red Force. Case closed for myself, Detective Miracle and Detective Whitmore. It's wet, it's soggy. The rain in Spain does not stay on the plane, and we've got plenty more to come from our Spanish trip here in Spain, obviously. So please hit subscribe to see more of these cases coming live to you from Spain, and we will catch you in the next case.